Okay, hey everybody, we're back. Obviously for the Tuesday edition of Live Dogs. Obviously, I am your host, Nick Mazone. Um, I'll do the recap first. Yesterday, obviously only one game to choose from across all the sports, really. Um, but we hit it. It was the Chiefs at plus 150. It was just based on value of you're never going to get the Chiefs at plus 150 again for the rest of this year. So we had to jump on it. Obviously, it hit. So start the week up a unit and a half. No reason to complain there. Also, of course, we do have some college football picks carrying over to the weekend, but we'll take it for a Monday. But like I was going to say, one thing I should just get out there now is all my shows this week will probably be a little bit shorter, just based on the fact that I do mainly go off of MLB and NBA. Obviously, the NBA is down to the finals, and I have a feeling I'm not going to be choosing the underdog in that game very often. I'll get into that more tomorrow for game one. But now with the MLB playoffs, just not full slates of games to choose from. So we're going to have to pick and choose our spots a little bit more carefully here. But maybe it's a good thing. But we'll get straight into game one. First game I like is the Yankees and Indians. It's at a pick 'em. I've seen it anywhere from minus 105, minus 110, minus 115. In that range, regardless. But it's two of the best in the game on the mound. It's Garrett Cole, who's 7-3 this year with a 2.84 ERA and .96 WHIP, going up against Shane Bieber. If you didn't know him before the season, you know him now. He won the pitching triple crown. 8-1 this year with a 1.63 ERA and .87 WHIP. Like I said, these are two of the best the game has to offer. It's the triple crown winner this year versus last year's ERA and strikeout leader. And obviously, he had a little bit of a struggle midway through the season here, but he seems to have rebounded. So yeah, you could say that there's a slight edge to Shane Bieber. Obviously, he had the best season of any pitcher. But one thing that you probably should note, you might have seen the news that Gary Sanchez has been benched for Kyle Higashioka in this game, and that's huge. Not only because is Gary the worst, he had the worst batting average for a Yankee ever in a season that had at least 150 at bats, so he sucked at the plate. But obviously, also it's the connection that him and Garrett Cole have. Cole pitches significantly better with Higashioka behind the plate rather than Gary. I have his numbers right here with the two. So I will say that with Higashioka, there is less of a sample size. It's 27 innings with him compared to 46 innings with Gary. But with Gary Sanchez, he had a 3.91 ERA. With Higashioka, it's a 1 ERA even. So was the benching strictly because of Gary's performance at the plate? I don't think so. I think it's just because Cole wants Higashioka behind the plate, and he is. So I think that's huge. I think that's definitely a trend that you can look at in this game to get you some, which is why I think it actually is like even odds going up against a guy like Shane Bieber. But regardless of that, we can get into the trends batting. These are the last 2 weeks, obviously right before the playoffs started. Yankees went on a hell of a run there with finishing second in batting average, first in on-base percentage, and second in slugging. So obviously one of the best teams in baseball at the plate in those last 2 weeks of the season. While the Indians kind of middle of the pack, 16th in batting average, 13th on-base percentage, and 15th in slugging. So obviously clear advantage there for the Yankees, but it's kind of a personal preference of, do you like Bieber here or do you like the Yankees offense? I think there's just I think with Garrett Cole on the mound and this offense, it might just be too good to pass up on. But also we can get into the trends of the bullpen, where the Yankees, a little bit of a rough stretch, 22nd in ERA as a bullpen, 25th in batting average against, and 23rd in WHIP, while the Indians, a little bit better, 9th in ERA, 12th in batting average against, and 12th in WHIP. One thing I do want to say is that the reason why I like the Yankees in this game, it's Garrett Cole on the mound. he can go 7, 8 innings easily. Obviously, he could throw a complete game if he really wanted to, if he has the stuff. But I don't think that the bullpen will matter on the Yankees side. And also, it's Shane Bieber. I don't think the bullpen's going to matter too much on the Indians side either. I just think that you can pretty much call this a wash. You're probably only going to get an inning or two, of the bullpen. So I'll take Garrett Cole with Higashioka, having a 1 ERA with him over like a decent sample size of 27 innings. I mean, it's nothing to scoff at. Plus, you get the Yankees batting. So I'll definitely take them at minus 110, minus 105, whatever you end up getting them at. I like them. And will probably be the best value that you can get on the Yankees in the series. So might just be a chance to take that. And then we can go into the second game, second and final game, actually, of my picks on the show here. It's the Astros plus 150 versus the Twins. And I'll just preface this by saying this is going to end up coming down to, I just think it's a value pick. Zach Greinke pitching for the Astros is 3-3, 4.03 ERA, 1.13 WHIP this season, going up against Kenta Maeda, who had a very good year at 6-1 with a 2.7 ERA and 0.75 WHIP. It's definitely an advantage for Maeda. How is he going to perform in the playoffs? It's a guessing game. The only thing that I would have to say is he's going to be rolling off what he did in the regular season. I know there's people could say nerves and all this stuff, but I'm not going to put too much into that. I'll just say Maeda probably is the better pitcher here. He's been pitching better, so the advantage there. You can go to the bullpen numbers too. I think it's really an even matchup outside of the starting pitching. I'll say that. Astros, 14th in ERA, 15th in batting average against, 7th in WHIP last 2 weeks. The Twins pretty much have the same numbers, just swap same rankings, just swap the category. 7th in ERA, 16th in batting average against, 15th in WHIP. Both teams right in the middle, and 2 of them, and 7th in the other. I mean, they're identical bullpens if you ask me. So I can't put too much into that. And then when you go to the batting trends as well, both teams are pretty bad. You could say the Twins are a little bit better, but it's like being the better, the 2 worst in the league. I mean, not obviously, that's an exaggeration, but I mean, you look, Astros 23rd in batting average, 26th on base, and 23rd in slugging, while the Twins 20th in batting average, 22nd on base, somehow 9th in slugging, hitting for power at the end of the year apparently. But if you ask me, I think these are 2 relatively even teams. I'm calling it pretty much a wash in the bullpen and at the plate. If you really want to, you could probably give a little bit of an advantage either way. I'd say they probably cancel each other out. But then it comes down to the starting pitching, where I said Maeda probably has the advantage. But when you put all that together, do you really get the line at plus 150? I don't think so. I think it should be closer to even odds. I'm not saying it should be even, but I think plus 150 might be a good spot here just for value alone. And I'm going to roll with them. I know it's the Astros. They're like public enemy number 1 in the baseball world. I get it. I hate them too. But in the world of betting, I got to take value where you can find it, and it just happens to be on the Astros here. So those are my 2 picks for today. I'm sorry I don't have anything crazy. I mean, it's just the seasons are coming to an end. It's just less to choose from. So Yankees minus 110, back in Garrett Cole in that offense, and then Astros plus 150, just based on value alone. So, that's all I got for you guys. I don't want to just keep you here for no reason. So I'll just say good luck to everybody. Tomorrow we got game 1 of the NBA Finals, so that's exciting, as well as the other half of the MLB playoff slate. So should make for an exciting week of sports regardless. So good luck to everyone's bets, and hopefully I'll see you back here tomorrow. So have